Okay, welcome to our final edition of This Week in Rivalry podcast. We're going to kick it off with Arkansas versus Texas A&M. Arkansas is coming in at 2-2, and Texas A&M is ranked number 8, and they are 3-1 so far this season. First up, we're going to go with Daniel for his pick.
Well, this week, guys, I'm going to upset, man. This is about the time of the year that Texas A&M chokes. Jimbo Fisher screws the pooch. So I'm taking the Arkansas to get the victory.
I like it. Okay, Ori, what you got?
I'm gonna have to go at Texas A&M this week. They're looking impressive. They're at home, and I gotta stick with my home state again.
Nice. It's been consistent. Shin, what do you have?
I have AM this week. Actually, I think AM offense line has been great and it's been wonderful in pass protection. The running game has been good enough, and everyone on the backfield is getting time to work. And Mount also performed well. I think he will be the reason for winning this game.
Cool. Next, Kevin.
I think I'm gonna go Texas A&M as well. They're at home and they're allowing 50,000 fans this weekend to come to the game, so I think that'll play a big advantage. So I'm gonna go Texas A&M for the win.
Hey, Mardrakus, who do you have?
I'm having Arkansas. Obviously, I can't go against my alma mater, Wu Pig Sooie, so I'm not gonna go against those guys. I just like Sam Pittman. I think he does a great job there. I think he gets those guys to play hard. I think I'm expecting a breakout game from Traylon Smith. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but I feel like this week's gonna be his week. And I know they're allowing 50,000 fans, but I think 25,000 of those fans are gonna be Razorback fans. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool, thank you. And I'll round it out. I'm also going to go with the upset, follow along with Daniel and Mardrakus. I don't know. It's kind of an even matchup, and I feel like it's time for me to mix it up and pick someone new to win. So we'll go with Arkansas this week. Our next game is UCF and Houston. UCF is coming in with a record of 3-2, and Houston is 2-1. So another pretty even matchup, and we'll see what Daniel has for this one.
Well, I got to see the UCF quarterback up close and personal when they played here at Memphis. And that dude, he is short, but man, he's got an arm. He throws for like 600 yards a game. UCF is going to win this one big.
Ori?
I'm gonna have to go at Houston. They're first in the American Conference. They look great against Navy, and they're playing at home, so can't go against the home team.
Thanks. Shin, who do you have?
In my opinion, I think UCF will win the game this week. I think UCF just performed well last week. UCF snapped a 2-game losing streak with a 51-34 victory on last Saturday. I think this explosive offenses for UCF was led by quarterback Dylan with 422 yards and 5 touchdown passes, where Greg rushed for 162 yards and 1 touchdown. The total is 689 yards of offense. I mean, they have completely recovered their form and are ready to win this week.
Thanks. Kevin, what's your thoughts?
I think I'm gonna go UCF as well. They lead the nation in passing. They average almost 450 yards passing a game, and I don't think Houston will be able to stop them. So I'm gonna go UCF for the win.
Rodriguez?
Kind of like everybody else, I'm go with UCF as well. I really like Dylan and Marlon kind of 1-2 combo. I think they got one of the best 1-2 combos in college football this year. How they show the ball, how he always finds them, and then I just think they're gonna have another outstanding game. So I'm going with UCF on this one.
Nice, thank you. And I'm also going to pick UCF. I think their offense is pretty high powered, and I don't see Houston stopping their offensive game. So I'm going to go with them. Our last game before we wrap it up with Dr. Havard is TCU versus Baylor. TCU is 1-3 on the season, and Baylor is 1-2. Daniel, here you go.
Well, this is a revenge game because Baylor screwed me over last week. So I'm taking TCU just out of spite.
Sounds good. Ori?
I'm going to go with Baylor. I think they're going to redeem their loss against Texas last week. TCU only has one win. Baylor has a couple, so I'm going to go with Baylor this week.
Shin?
Yes, it's hard choice for me. Both of them lost the last two games actually, but I would choose TCU. Although TCU has been able to play better offense so far on the year overall, and Baylor team have some trouble just like in keeping the TCU offense content in the game here, as they will lead to TCU being able to get the win.
Thanks. Kevin?
I think I'm gonna go with Baylor. I've been known to pick the underdog a lot this year, hoping for an upset game. TCU's favored to win, so I'm gonna go Baylor for the win for the last pick.
I like it. Mardrakus, how about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Kevin. I'm gonna go with Baylor on this one. Even though both teams have coming off 2 games losing streak, I just feel like it's gonna come down who's gonna stop who's passing game, especially in the secondary. But I feel like Baylor's gonna come out with this one, so just going with them.
Cool. For me, oh man, it's a toss-up. I'm gonna go with TCU just because we'll see how it ends up this week. But it's been fun picking games and discussing these games as we go each week. And we're gonna bring in Dr. Havard now to kind of have a little discussion about how our semester went. I'm gonna give the floor to you.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the work you've done this semester. And I got in to hear the Baylor TCU matchup, and that is one of the most equal matchups. Every year, it's pretty equal as far as who wins, and so the overall series is pretty equal. So at this point, I just wanted to jump in briefly and thank everybody for the work everybody's been doing, and let everyone watching know the work that has had to go into the season as far as planning, and then sometimes the changes spur of the moment that have had to happen. This has been, obviously 2020 is a very different year for everyone, and this is absolutely no exception. We started out the semester, all of the people on this call who've been doing all of these picks every week, they're part of, first of all, they're part of a graduate class that was meeting the first portion of the semester. So for the last 3 or 4 weeks, they haven't been in class when they've been doing this. They've just been producing these videos for everybody. Second, I imagine, or I know we had a schedule at the beginning. I know there was at least 1 week where every game was altered or canceled or postponed. And so you had to learn on the fly and change on the fly. That may have been the very first week too. And then I know there was another week where you all had actually recorded this, and then between the time that it was recorded and the time the games were supposed to be played, one of the games actually had to be postponed. So we had to go back and edit that out. So I just wanted to let everybody know who's watching these that the work that has gone into these videos is never easy work. This year and this season, probably multiply that by 2 or 3 because of the unknown of what's going on. So I want to thank everybody for this. And then, so people aren't saying things with me on screen and thinking that they have to say something that I like to hear. I'm going to pose 2 questions to everybody. Then I'm going to jump off. I'm going to let everybody kind of go around, answer these 2 questions. And then I want to let everybody know this has been a great season. Thank you. And then we will sign off for this very, very unpredictable 2020 college football season. So the 2 questions, one, I just want to have everybody be able to share their honest views of how they thought the project went, how they thought picking these went, your experiences maybe from the beginning until now. This is, I think, our 7th week that we've done this, or 7th video that we've done. That would be the first. And then the second is any of the lessons you have learned, anything that you would use in the future from this type of project. And like I said, I'll jump off so everybody can speak freely. And thank you everyone for what you've done, and all the listeners. The 6 people you're seeing on here are they've been grade A as far as the work that they've done and the challenges that they faced. So thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we can go in order again, or whoever has thoughts can go first. Doesn't matter to me.
We can go order again. That way it'd be the
Oh,
easiest, I guess.
Sounds good, Daniel. Lead us off.
well, I just want to thank everybody. I've really enjoyed this. You don't really know what it's going to be like when you're going to be doing a group project with people you've never met, and don't have the opportunity to really meet in person. But I've really enjoyed it. I actually kind of am sad that this is the last one. I thought about, still doing them and seeing if anybody wants to jump on. I just kind of, like doing it. It gives me, considering this is the most interaction I have with anybody outside of my household on a weekly basis, it's nice to joke around and have some fun. I've enjoyed picking the games. It's been fun. I would tell people in the future, like, when I was, picking this track, I was like, man, this is probably going to be the worst. But it wasn't, and had a good time. No, I'll end with this. Appreciate you guys. I really hope that we stay in touch. I've really enjoyed it. I think just based on our limited interactions, we actually kind of get along in real life. We're gonna schedule drinks and dinner one night, and I hope that everybody can come. Except for Maddie, will Zoom you in if you want to attend.
Thanks. Okay, Ori.
I think the project was really fun. Like Daniel said, I didn't know how this would go. I didn't know how it would be working in groups with people I'd never met except Maddie. I know Maddie, but like I didn't know how this was going to go at all. So I think it was very exciting. I don't know a lot about football, but it made me like look up a lot of different things that are going on. So it was a challenge because we'll pick games and then the next day we'll figure out it was canceled or postponed. So just like working through that was great, and I think I got a lot out of this experience for sure.
Shin.
Yes, I really appreciate you guys because I get a really good experience for the teamwork. Actually, everyone just really on time, and we do all the job on the morning. That just make my day, actually. I think this project can really exercise students' abilities, and I think that's practical ability. Before that, I was very interested in social media marketing, and this course allow me to really collaborate in a team, record videos, publish videos, and even learn to try editing videos. If it weren't for this project, I think none of this might happen for me, actually. And I wouldn't have the opportunity to really try it. I'm very grateful for the valuable experience for this project to give to us. And I learned a lot, actually. This is a really good, it's a really challenge for me because I'm not a sport management student, so I really not just know much about the sports, football, and the players. I learned how to quickly search the information I need. I think probably in the future we may just have to work for some areas probably don't know much about it, but we have to try to learn how to work for it. And at the same time, I also learned to do it as soon as possible. If I have an idea, I think things may not be so difficult as I think. I think the most important thing is to start it.
Thanks, Kevin.
I honestly had a great time. I love doing it. Kind of like Daniel, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I don't really talk to many people throughout the week. So this was a fun experience for me getting to know you guys, and it kind of gave me a reason to watch, football games on Saturday. I'm not the biggest college football fan, but this kind of gave me a reason to tune in every Saturday and hope my pick wins. I know I try to pick the underdog every week, but but it was a great time, and I can't wait to get together for drinks with you guys. I know we never met in person, but I can't wait to get together and have some drinks and some dinner.
Thanks, Rodriguez.
It was an unbelievable time and an unbelievable experience. Like Professor says, the challenges that came, a lot of games got postponed or canceled, and we had to kind of learn on the fly. And I think that was just good for not only just for us, but I think just for those teams as well, because they had to learn about themselves. But this class was unbelievable. I learned a lot. Kind of gravitated towards a lot of teams that kind of fit how I wanted to play, fast and up tempo. And throughout this project, I just kind of fell in love with individual guys that I kind of want to see play and watch every weekend just to see how well they did and just see how they progressed, whether they scored 2 touchdowns last week and want to see what they was going to do this weekend, or a team came off a bad back-to-back loss, how would they bounce back this week? And so that was pretty good for me and pretty insightful for me just to see how these teams kind of battled through all this stuff going on. So that's one thing I really liked and one thing I really learned throughout this semester. The other thing is that I really enjoyed this class, enjoyed everyone's opinion, the topics they had, and how well prepared y'all came each and every week. I was looking forward to it. I always had it scheduled out of my week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. So that was really fun and really reassuring for me. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I have.
Well, thank you. Lastly, I had a really good time with all of you. I felt like we improved the quality of our video every week, and I feel like we each got better. Live recording is not easy, and honestly, I was a little skeptical at first with just doing this project, choosing this track, and having to, record and produce the podcast. But I feel like we really improved individually and as a group, and I think our chemistry got better, and it was pretty unique with all of our individual experiences and things like that. And then personally, like, it was definitely a challenge with the time difference for me being in Germany, but everyone made it work and you were all easy to collaborate with. And overall, like you've all said, it was a great experience. So I'm thankful for that. And for kind of like a different class, it's not something that we've all probably taken during our master's degree. So it was good to kind of change things up and be challenged in a new way. With that, I think we're going to wrap it up and call it good on our final one. So thank you all for your input and for your help and work this semester. It's been awesome.